what's going on? This is Small Talk with me, Valerie. So this is my first show at, the Brooklyn Cafe. I'm new to the studio. I started about a week ago, enjoying it pretty well. So one thing about me is I love outdoors. So something that I've really been struggling with, I'm sure a lot of people are, is that parks, beaches, anything outdoors related is pretty much closed. But you know what? That's good. That's not good. What is good is that everything's starting to open up very slowly. I was looking online. I saw some nice parks are starting to open back up. Fern Forest and Culp. There's various boat ramps in Broward County and West Palm that are opening up. So that's great news for all you outdoors people. You can go kayaking with, practicing social distancing because we still got to keep our distance here. So you can, playgrounds are not open yet. So your kids still got to stay at home. But you know what? If you want to get them out running around, walking, strollers or just, walking hand by hand, you can definitely do that. But bad news is beaches are still closed. I know upper past like Port St. Lucie, stuff like that, those are open. But down here in South Florida, our beaches are still closed. So that's sad. Well, in our sister counties, in Broward and Dade, they're still kind of trying to work on a system to open up the beaches, but at a safe distance. But, got to get outside because I can only stay cooped up inside for so long. I can only imagine some of you want to get out there, getting cabin fever. So I know a lot of people are like, oh, even just walking outside, taking a walk outside in your neighborhood. But, you got to wear a face mask. Who wants to wear a face mask outside? I sure don't. But you got to do it. Sometimes we just got to do what we don't want to do. Yes, parks are open, but we still gotta keep the groups real small. I know some people want to, race out there. They hear, oh, beaches are open, and the beaches are packed. So then they close it. I heard over in Naples, they opened a beach on Monday, and then it got closed down because crowds showed up. That's no bueno. Go outside, but stay in small crowds. That way we can keep our beaches open, keep our parks open. So that way they can stay open. We have options because staying indoors, it's not working for a lot of people anymore. Yeah. So we're going to go to commercial break. When we come back, we've got Teddy on TikTok. I'm new to TikTok, but everyone else is obsessed with it. What's the deal? We're going to find out.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Callaway here from the VoiceOver Connection, and I'm here to tell you that you're missing out. Everybody has a dream, something that they believe can change their life or even change the world. The difference between letting that dream slip and making it come true all depends on whether or not you can make the world believe your dream too. Here at the VoiceOver Connection, we specialize in selling dreams. Our team of well-connected and influential voices will help take your ambitions, your deepest and wildest aspirations to places that you never imagined you could reach. The time for dreaming is over. You've done enough of that already. It's time to take action. Elevate your business by giving your dream a voice. Contact us at 866-224-5422 or email us at thebrooklyncafetv@gmail.com. Because a dream is only a dream until you decide to make it real.
All right, can you hear me now? Okay, cool. So we've got Teddy. She's gonna be my buffer.
Yes.
We're gonna be talking about TikTok. It's the latest thing right now. I'm very new to TikTok. I don't know how to use TikTok.
Love TikTok. I love TikTok.
I know it's the new thing. It's kind of like Vine, by my understanding, right? Vine, I don't know how many of you remember Vine. That was the biggest thing when I was in like middle school, or I thought it was middle school, maybe it was high school, I don't even know. But what is the thing about TikTok? Why are people loving it?
So it was a really weird evolution. So it started as this thing called Musical.ly, which was supposed to be just like, oh, you sang and you like lip sang to the songs and you did a little dance and it was cute and it was really cute. And I got onto it because my nieces were on it and they were singing to some very inappropriate songs. And like Aunt Teddy had to go in and be like, take it down. No. So then it like transformed into TikTok where people were like putting their personal stories but with a song behind it. So it was like a little punchline. And they were creating their OCs. And I got into like the furry community and the cosplay community. And now it's just a mishmash of like drama.
Okay. Because
but also memes.
That makes sense. By my understanding, my fiance, he'll lay in bed for like 2 hours just watching TikTok videos. I'm like, what can you be sitting there scrolling through your phone for 2 hours for?
That's so weird.
That makes no sense. That blows my mind. But I've seen a lot of like people doing dances and just like kind of like silly how-to tutorials.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so it's like Vine and Facebook put together?
It's like if you went on YouTube and took like 10 videos from every big subgenre of YouTube, and then you were like, my entire audience has ADHD, like 30 seconds, which is why I love it, because I have ADHD. So I'm just like a 20-minute video on like how to cook chicken. I can't do that.
That's fun.
So like 30 seconds, it's like bam, 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 chicken.
What's funny is you can't make chicken in 30 seconds. So how there's a tutorial on how to make a chicken in 30 seconds.
Oh, well, it's like a whole thing, you like cut the time, you're like, do this. It's like the food channel where they're like, cook this in the oven for 3 hours. I have one under the table.
Magic.
It's like that's
what I'm
editing.
hearing.
It's crazy. I mean, I've seen ones where, they'll take popular songs. They have songs from internet creators that aren't popular, like get popular because of TikTok.
Right, okay.
And it'll have one line in it, literally one word. A song could have the word no in it, and they will make a whole meme about it. And
That's
it is
interesting.
The creativity is crazy. It makes me die.
My mind is blown right now because I'm laying there with him, and I'm like, how do people do this? Like the videos where it's like you're wearing something and then you jump and you come back.
Oh
and
yeah.
I'm like, how do you do that?
People are crazy about the transitions. There's challenges of how to get the smoothest one. They're pushing their heads down and up and around, and I don't have any videos on it because I don't care enough to. But just watching them and being like the absolute meme person that I am, I'm just like, oh, this is good. Like,
right. I feel like it's a generational thing.
Oh,
like,
for sure.
I mean, obviously we're in the same generation, but there's two different worlds here. Like, I have no interest in TikTok.
Yeah.
But the videos are interesting, so you never know.
And I feel like there's stuff for everyone on it, because I just watch a lot of the meme ones because I'm a 6-year-old at heart and I have the sense of humor of a 6-year-old boy.
I think
like,
a lot of people
fart
are
jokes
like
are still funny to me.
A lot of people that have TikToks, I feel like they're just like there for the entertainment, and I'm like, I can only watch so many.
But then there get ones where, I mean, there's ones that talk about, and I'm very into this, there's a whole community on TikTok of Indigenous people talking about the things that are happening to Natives and Indigenous people in America, and, how they're the human trafficking in there, and bringing awareness to that. There's a lot of a community of witch talk, I guess, is the big one, where people who do tarot and who believe in Wiccan and not polyamory, that's not the word I'm thinking of.
So there's like a whole big like
multi-gods and stuff.
Oh, so it is like
it is kind of like Facebook, yeah.
I'm losing my train of thought. Yeah.
You're good.
Like what's the word for it?
It's like
uplifting, like not uplifting, but like trying to get things out there.
Definitely.
Not just for the entertainment, but like for like
for inspiration, for education. It depends on what you go on there for. Yeah.
Okay.
Like if you follow and like a bunch of videos, it has an algorithm like Instagram and all that. If you follow and like a bunch of videos on the LGBT community, you're going to get a lot of pro-LGBT stuff. If you follow
a lot of social
Republican
awareness
one, you're going to get a lot of Republican videos. So it goes by what you want. I like everything, so I get a stuff. It's
well, it
not
is fun,
for
but like just like stupidity videos, like boredom. Like,
And there's a lot of drama that goes on in it too, which is what shocked me.
Right.
Because people go on and be like, this person made a TikTok of how saying that I don't know how to take care of my iguana. I know how to take care of an iguana. And you're like, oh, okay. And
Time
there's
to
a lot
be
of
wrong.
pet stuff.
yeah. Well, pets, staying indoors, quarantine, it's all got us bored. So obviously TikTok went from like this little known thing. Like I work in a retail store in the mall, and I remember seeing these like 12-year-old girls coming in making TikTok videos, and I'm like,
Which
why?
is hilarious considering the store you work in.
Yeah, I'm like, so I'm just doing my thing here, and I look over, and there's a phone leaning against a table, and there's these two girls just dancing or
yep.
whatever, and I'm like, what are you doing? You're 12.
There are great ones of they'll just go into Walmart or Target and just start dancing in the aisles, and you just see people walking by being like,
What are you doing?
what? And I'm like, oh, that's me. That's me just staring at people.
Yeah, it's like you want to look at them, what they're doing, because it's funny, but at the same time, you're in the shot, so it's like, you don't
Yeah.
want to see yourself just staring there looking at these girls.
Oh, I will purposely stick my head in it just so that to see if they post that one. I'm like, that's me.
So lesson learned, don't do TikTok videos in front of Teddy. She'll just
I will get in
photobomb
all
your
of them.
entire thing.
I'll just stand in the back because I think it's so funny to scroll through because I'm on TikTok all the time. And I'm like, oh, that's my face. I know that person. And it has happened once or twice where some of my old coworkers would make TikToks. You'll just see me in the background, like dead staring at the camera. I'm like, caught you.
Like, I know it's a trend, but like with every trend, it'll obviously have its, roller coaster up and down. Like, I feel like there was a time where Instagram was no longer a thing because it was all about Snapchat.
Yeah.
And like Facebook, forget Facebook, that's a thing in the past. Man.
Yeah.
I know some people that have Facebook, they're still on there, but they don't use it.
Facebook, I think, is starting to come back because people are realizing, just like we're doing, like you can stream on it, and you're
Right.
like, oh. Now there's a difference between what we do with cameras and mics and actual equipment versus putting your phone on a table.
So
and
streaming's definitely
front of
the
it.
way to go is what I'm getting. Zoom.
I think so. I don't know many people who still watch cable TV.
Yeah.
So I think being able to go on social media and streaming and something along the lines of, question. What do you do? Oh, Freddie watches cable TV. Well, I don't know anyone besides Freddie who watches cable TV anymore.
Well, yeah, it's all about saving the bucks now. No one wants to pay for a Dish
no.
Network.
You don't watch you don't have Comcast or anything? You watch cable? I'm gonna
Well,
judge
yeah,
you a
nowadays
little bit.
you can pay. You can pay
Netflix
what?
isn't cable.
No, it's streaming.
Channel 701, 700.
That's not cable.
Hot wire.
Yeah, that's okay. I feel better. I thought you were like literally like plug into the wall of your house cable, like only 100 channels.
Like with the antennas, when people used to have the antennas, right?
Yeah.
That's cable.
No, I didn't.
What?
Antennas.
Hot wire, yes. I watched.
Okay.
Well, that's still
Well,
like,
I'm judging you.
isn't Hotwire like still?
I don't know what's
That's not
considered
cable.
cable or not anymore.
It's hot wire. What we do,
Yeah.
they do. They do.
Oh, I'm thinking of
Oh.
the Fusion company Hotwire. There's a
I don't
there's
know
a
what
TV internet like
Like a
Xfinity.
Comcast, yeah,
Yeah,
Xfinity.
like those.
Well, I don't know what's considered cable or not because I know that those plug into your wall where the cable thing is, but it's
Right.
not the same as like just plugging your TV into the wall. So I don't know.
These are interesting thoughts.
These
What
are
is?
these are the questions where people are gonna comment and be like, I bet they don't know what an A-track is either. Like,
Okay.
this is when you start getting the stupid questions of like, do you even know what a record player is?
I do know what a record player is. My mom has one. They're very fascinating. I do enjoy, turning off
Mm-hmm.
my Apple Music and plugging in a record or a CD. Remember those?
I found out, and I thought it was so funny that so you can get like modern songs on records, right? And I guess some company who's distributing them like intentionally warps the records so that you get a more skipping, dirty sound because it makes like hipsters and stuff feel like they're more into it. I'm like, no, I have records from like the 50s that sound perfect and clear.
Yeah.
Like, that's
It's
not how it
It's all
works.
how you take care of them. If you
was
take
so
care of them,
funny.
keep them in the cases, they won't skip.
Yeah. Don't
But
live
it's
in
like-
Florida. That's like one rule for having a good record. Just don't live here.
Why is that? Because it needs
It's
to be
so
cold?
humid.
Oh.
They don't need to be cold, but like our room temperature. And we had a virtual wine tasting. We're going to have, I think, again on Wednesday, right? we have them on Wednesdays, and she was saying room temperature here is like 80 degrees, right? 77 to 80 degrees. Apparently room temperature in every other state or not in the South is like 60.
Yeah, that's definitely not here. If you want room temperature, you gotta stick it in a refrigerator.
Yeah.
That's room temperature.
So like just get a separate fridge for your records and you're
Yep.
going to be perfect.
Everyone says, oh, let's move to Florida because it's so nice.
Yeah,
But they don't
why?
realize you got the humidity, you got the storms. I mean, everywhere else there's, some sort of
There's
natural
something
disaster.
everywhere, but like we're the
Here it's-
Australia of America.
It's hot. You got the humid. It's like 90 degrees every day. It's like,
I used to hear so much about like Florida man, and because you always see in
Yeah.
the news like Florida man wrestles an alligator for a chicken nugget, and you're like, oh, Florida man.
I remember every year when a hurricane is like a threat to us, that's the meme. Everywhere you go, you see
Oh,
Florida
yeah.
man this, Florida man that. And I was like, what's Florida man?
I love
I've
Florida
lived here
man.
my whole life, never heard of Florida man. Finally grasped the understanding that it's just like a joke. That
It's-
it's like,
I love Florida man. That's my favorite thing. But like I never saw it because around here, we
Right.
live in South Florida where, yeah, people are crazy in Miami and Fort Lauderdale. But like in Boca, people are pretty tame. And then on TikTok, there is a whole tag called Florida, and there's a Florida man one, and it's like North Florida. Not everywhere in North Florida is like this, but like everywhere in North Florida are crazy people.
yeah, there's crazy people all over Florida. Florida's just crazy.
Yeah,
You go to the West Coast, you go to the Panhandle, you go to South Florida, you got them everywhere.
you have to be crazy to live here.
Yes, I think that's a requirement to live here. If
I
you're
think
not,
like living here, meeting the crazy people trains you to be another crazy person. Not there's not crazy people in every other state because like New York people are, as someone
there's-
born in New York people
there's
are
levels
psychotic.
of craziness too. Like there's, not born here, moving here crazy. And then there's full grown, born, raised here craziness.
Yeah.
I would consider myself part of that category. I was born and raised here. I've traveled obviously to other
Yeah.
places. But, there's probably a certain level of craziness that I get to. And then there's like, I have a friend that's from New Jersey. She's on another craziness level. But, we're different.
It's all different things. It's all
Yeah.
where you're from. I have a friend from Ohio who you think is the most normal place to get someone from, and she is a psychopath.
Yes.
She's one of my best friends, and I love her. But like, we'll be talking, and all of a sudden she'll be like, "Oh," because she is a hunter, and she'll go, "Oh, by the way, I forgot I have a bucket defrosting in the garage. Let me go do that." And I'm like,
That's not
"Where
a
did you
normal
get that
thing.
in Florida?"
Go like the middle of the state where like those crazy long names with like a million E's that no one can
Oh,
pronounce,
yeah.
and it's like, that's probably where you
it.
got it from because down here, I didn't see that.
Yeah. I've seen one deer in my life in South Florida, and it was at our archery range, and it was so funny. I was like, this is the most unsafe place for you, sir. Like, you gotta go. You gotta leave.
I actually feel bad every time you see. I remember when I was younger, my mom was driving us to school. We saw an armadillo, like a dead armadillo in like the groove for like the water drain.
Yeah, the
On
whatever.
the side of the road. And it's like you feel bad because it's like we took their home. But it's like everywhere. You see my mom always says might be this small patch of grass with like trees and like kind of like a little woodsy area. And then like, a month later you're driving by that same spot and it's
I like the dancing music.
yeah, we should put a dancing segment on here.
Oh, DJ Fercho, get a dance segment on here. Let's do a virtual dance class.
Ooh, have to check that out.
Because I don't know how to dance.
No, neither do
Very.
I. I have a friend, she's a dancer. I'm like, you're going to teach me how to dance so I don't look like a fool. Okay.
Well, my boyfriend is half Costa Rican, and his mother, who's the one who's from Costa Rica, I was joking around with her, and I was like, I can't dance at all. She goes, oh, I'll show you how to dance. I now dance like a 60-year-old Costa Rican woman, and I'm like, I can't do this anywhere but in your house.
So that's
Terrifying.
funny that you bring that up. Growing up South Florida, you think that anyone that is even like the littlest percentage of like Latino, Hispanic, whatever, they automatically think you speak Spanish, you know how
Yeah.
to dance Spanish, you know all about the Spanish culture. I'm half Cuban, I don't know half of it. I don't know Spanish. I can understand tiny bit. But I know Spanish food that I like because like my dad, every night he has to have rice with his food. You could be eating
Okay,
like
that's
Alfredo, chicken Alfredo, so like the pasta, the sauce, the chicken,
Yeah.
and he'll want rice on the side. Doesn't know how to do it any other way. So it's funny. Mm-hmm. But that's what he's used to. Every night, the Cuban culture, you have rice and you got bean. Different bean every day and some sort of meat. Pretty standard.
Solid. You know what?
Pretty
It's not the
standard.
most unhealthy thing you could eat.
No.
If I ate that for the rest of my life, I'd be,
Yeah.
bored, but happy.
you know, depending on how you make the rice, there could be a whole lot of salt in it. My sister makes it sometimes. She dumps salt. she doesn't,
Oh, no.
My mom's like, oh, pour some in your palm and just pinch it in.
Yeah.
She'll just take the container and just dump it in the rice cooker.
See, here's the real question, though. When you cook your rice, how do you measure your water?
So I'm
'Cause you gotta
still
do it with
learning
the
that.
finger.
Like, there's rice cookers and then there's, you make it on the stove.
Yeah.
Most normal people make rice on the stove in a pot. Don't know how to do that. Know how to,
It's the same thing.
it is the same
We'll
thing.
do a cooking segment.
Yeah.
I'll show you how to make rice.
Learn how to make rice versus on the stove in a rice cooker.
Yeah.
So what I know in a rice cooker is you pour if you have 4 cups of rice, then I think it's half of that of water.
See, you
Maybe
do it
I'm
like
wrong.
the nice description way. I put it in, you wash it, and you fill the water, and you touch the top of your finger to where the rice is, and the water just goes up to your first knuckle.
Didn't know that.
That is what I learned from my
That's good to know.
boyfriend's Costa Rican mother, because she saw me doing the cup. She goes, no, that's stupid. Don't do that. And I was like, okay.
I feel like rice is like pastina. You get lucky. And it's proportionally, I know it's you need slightly less water than pastina or rice.
Yeah.
So I've made rice maybe successfully once. It's either too dry, too hard, too
See, if it's
mushy.
too dry, then you just put it over some salad, and you're like, look, I made salad with texture. It's got a little crunch. It's like chia seeds.
That's a good save with rice.
I stink at cooking. So, every time I do something wrong, I'm like, look, I made pasta one time that I had somehow burnt. Didn't know that was a thing, but you can. Yeah. I did the same thing. I chopped it up. I put it over salad. I was like, yeah, it's just like a little crouton thing. It's perfect.
I made mashed potatoes last night. They were slightly lumpy, but they weren't that bad.
You know what? Lumpy potatoes aren't a bad thing.
No, but it is something you could screw up. I learned one time.
Uh-huh.
But you know what? If they're lumpy, all you need to do is throw milk in, have your 18-year-old stronger brother whisk it really hard because, I've got noodles for arms. So you have him whisk it and you get the lumps out. And then you make good mashed potatoes.
You know what hurts your arms like crazy? And going back to TikTok, there's a TikTok drink because they also have recipes and drinks on there, which
Interesting.
If you ever see a drink on TikTok that's from Starbucks, and I used to work at a coffee shop where people did this, but they do a lot of Starbucks ones. If you go up to a Starbucks barista and say, I want the TikTok drink, they will hate you. They hate you now. I hated people when people did that because not only because there's one drink that you kind of know because so many people order it, but now there's 12 different drinks and they're all the TikTok drink, and then if you get the wrong one, you get a terrible person who's gonna throw it on you or something.
Yikes.
Don't do that. I just want to put that out there to any of the audience. Don't do that. We don't know secret menu stuff.
Right, yeah.
Don't do it.
I think I ordered a drink one time from Starbucks, and I'm might as well be a Starbucks version. I know 2 drinks from Starbucks. I'm more of a Dunkin' girl. So Starbucks. But I ordered a drink one time. My brother's like, where's that? I said, I just know it. It wasn't even on the menu, but it was there one time.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't there. He was like, so you're a secret menu girl. I'm like, I know 2 drinks from Starbucks. So
There's limited edition drinks. There was the cotton candy frappuccino, which it's considered secret menu, but it was actually on the menu for a while.
Yeah.
And you can always, excuse me, oh my goodness.
that's the
You can
mocha
always make
cookie
it.
crumble. I love that one.
See, yeah, and you can always make it because it comes
Yeah.
with stuff even if it's not on the menu. But then people come back and they're like, "Oh, the crystal ball frappuccino." I'm like, "We only had enough of that for a week. We don't have that anymore."
Right. So
Or
then
like-
are those secret drinks that are not really secret anymore because they just don't make them anymore.
Yeah. Well, there's the secret drinks that we don't make anymore, and then people will come in and tell their barista friend, "Hey, make me a stupid gross drink," and they'll just put stuff together and name it. Put it on the internet as the butterbeer frappuccino. That's not a drink. Everyone makes that differently. No one knows what that is. I make it with caramel and cinnamon dolce. Someone else made it with toffee nut and vanilla. Nobody knows what it is. It's not
That's
a real
interesting.
drink. So just come in and be like, hey, can I have a whatever frappuccino with whatever flavorings? And we'll be like, oh, dope.
I gotta give baristas a lot of credit. Dunkin', employees, Starbucks.
Every barista.
I
is
don't know how you manage to remember all those drinks and what goes into what. You know, you go to Starbucks, you order a drink,
Yeah.
and you see them trying to handle all, like, they might have like 5 different drinks to order, like, to make, but they're all different. It's like, how do you remember? I couldn't do that.
You end up just kind of memorizing them, but also at some point you will have like an entire thing of caramel on your apron. Because if you have that many drinks in your balance, like, it is done. We do it. They do it. I don't work there anymore.
Okay.
They do it.
I was like, did she work
But-
there? Does she work there?
I
Question mark.
did. I worked there for a little over a year. It was a great experience, just not what I needed anymore.
Right. We all come to that cross.
Yeah,
that bridge.
I try and be very positive because I'm like, I'm still friends with a lot of the people there.
Right.
A lot of them are still great. It was really, and I hate to say it, but like the customers are sometimes the ones that make it really terrible.
Yeah.
Because some Starbucks customers are amazing, and I'm still friends with some of the people who are just customers, and like they're great. And some people, you're just a normal person, and
Right.
you don't make a scene. And then some people throw a cup of hot coffee on you because they think that they can taste the difference between regular and decaf.
Is there a difference?
There's no taste difference.
Really?
The only difference is you let one, I believe, I don't actually remember how they take the decaf out of it, but like there's no difference. The bean is roasted the exact same way. It just one has less caffeination because decaf does still have some caffeine in
So
it.
I was gonna say, in theory, they both
Yeah.
have caffeine in it. One just has
Less.
stronger.
Yeah, one has stronger, one has less. That's literally the only difference. You can't taste the difference.
And you know,
someone on
working
that.
in retail, I've worked in retail since I was 18, going from office supply to clothing. Like,
That's a
I
jump.
like currently, yeah, that is a jump. I currently work in pink, so you know, you get your good customers and you get your bad ones. You get the customers that complain about, oh, this didn't print out correctly, because I worked
Yeah.
in Office Depot in the copy center. It's like they will complain about the way something prints
Yeah.
and the way that people feels. Just like people will complain about the type of panty you wear versus the bra, and it's like there are those really great customers that make working there amazing. And it's like,
Yep.
oh, I can deal with this. You get a good
Yeah.
day and you get really nice customers back to back. Then you got another day where it's like, do I still want to do this? Yes, I do, because I need a paycheck.
yeah.
But you know, you get your pros and cons, like everything else in life.
Yeah.
People you might be seeing or family members, you got to take the good with the bad. Something I always remember from my dad. You can't, if you like this person, you can't unplug the bad qualities and replace them with extra good ones, because you will still get a cranky person.
Yeah. My hope is that after, everything in Boca's opening today,
Yeah, that's amazing.
my hope is that people who maybe didn't respect service workers, or what we now would call essential workers,
Yeah.
as much as they should, now kind of see that, like, oh, they're essential. Like, I don't
Yeah.
care if that's a 16-year-old kid ringing you up at wherever you're shopping. That kid was essential in providing for himself and his family.
Yep.
I think he deserves I hope that we can, as a community, give these people respect. I don't care if they're 17 or 70.
Yep. I think the biggest lesson to take away from this whole coronavirus is that, like you're saying, whether they're 16 or 60, you need to respect people for who they are, what they're doing.
Yeah.
If they don't have a certain, like, if a drink's out of stock in Starbucks because they don't have the one ingredient, you need to not make a scene about it.
Yeah, or anywhere
on.
you go.
Yeah.
Just respect these people who were working through a virus so that you could get your morning coffee, or so that you could go to Target.
People don't want to be there because they don't want to possibly catch this. Maybe they have a family member at home that is very, like,
Susceptible to
yeah,
it.
prone to getting sick, or like just, someone that if they were to catch this, they wouldn't make it through. You need to, but they have to go to work. They have to make a living. So you should, be nicer to people.
Yeah.
Just be nice. Nothing wrong with that. It's not very hard.
Nice. Even if you have to get mad, even if you want to ask for a manager or whatever, because I
Right.
know that's some people's favorite thing to do, you can do it nicely.
Right.
I've had
Just-
someone very respectfully be like, hey, would it be okay if I spoke to a manager? I would like to get this resolved.
Right.
That is going to give you the same, probably a better outcome, as if you start screaming in my face and saying, get me a manager now.
Going off of that, I've had people stand in my face, yell at me, I need to see a manager right now. And it's like, you're rolling your eyes and like calling the manager. It's like, there's a cranky person here to see you.
Yeah.
But if you're like nice and be like, this isn't what I wanted. Why can't I get this? Let me talk to someone.
Yeah.
They're more than likely, the manager's going to tell you the same thing that, like, I just told you. And it's like, we can do everything in our power. We can order something online for you, have it free shipped to you. It'll take a couple days longer than you wanted it.
But if you're nice, you may get a coupon with it.
Right.
Which is always the plus.
They do, like, they can only do so much up in the corporate world, especially in
Yeah.
some of these really high-end corporate companies.
Yeah.
And they can only do so much discount. But you know what? If you're nice about it, you might get something in return.
Yeah.
You never know.
So that's the biggest lesson I hope people take from this. And also, join TikTok. Watch it. It's really weird and it's full of memes and I love
I
it.
think I might have to look more into it now.
It's great. I'll start sending you some of like the baseline amazing ones because I think now it's gotten to a community where like
Right.
there's layers of memes. Whereas like if you didn't know this one, someone's just gonna come on screen and yell beans at you and you're gonna be like, what? It's go all the way back to beginning.
Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you, Teddy, for
Thank
joining,
you.
enlightening us on TikTok, and
Just schmutzing around.
yeah, it was fun.
Thank you for
Tune
having me
in
on.
Mondays at 10:30. I guess I'll be doing this every week. We'll see what happens.
Spotlight your business, ideas, and events through our Brooklyn Cafe TV channel on Amazon Fire. Contact us today at 866-224-5422 for more information. Let the whole town, even the whole country, know your message with the click of a button. Together, we ignite.